Retrospective change in profit ratio. Partnerships are normally based on the assumption that if there are three partners, let's say A, B, and C, they are going to work in a defined proportion, put in an effort, and make it a success. Sometimes what can happen is that a person who initially may not have been expected to work in a higher proportion or a lower proportion may work otherwise. And because the other two partners are honest to him, right, and they realize that he has put in those efforts or he hasn't put in those efforts, they may agree that let's change the profit sharing ratio retrospectively. Retrospectively means what? If you are right now in 2016, you may agree that okay, for 2015, 2014, and all other years, whatever you may decide between the partners, we'll change the profit sharing ratio vis-a-vis what has already happened. How do you record for that is something we are going to see in this video. The thing is very simple. You need to find out what has already been given. Second is, what is the entitlement? Obviously, the total kitty remains the same. So let's say if there were profits of 10, 10, 10 each, the total profits would have been 30 and would remain as 30. But they might have been distributed amongst these partners in a particular ratio, which they now want to change. So the only thing you need to find out is who got more and by how much, who got less and by how much, and transfer it from them to these partners. Let's look at an example. So Virat, MSD and Jadhav have been sharing profits in the ratio of 4:3:3, 2. So 4 plus 3, 7 plus 2, 9. So or in other words, 4/9, 3/9 and 2/9 respectively. Jadhav wants that he should share equally in profits with Virat and MSD, and that his change in profit sharing ratio should be applicable retrospectively for the last 3 years, to which the other partners do not have any objection. Instead of this existing ratio, what the partners have decided is that they are going to share profits and losses in the ratio of 1/3, 1/3, and 1/3, and they're going to apply this for the last 3 years as well. The profits for these 3 years were 50,000, 45,000, and 40,000. So if you add all these three, you get 50 plus 45, 95 plus 40, 1,35,000 was the total profit which was distributed. Record the adjustment by means of a journal entry after giving necessary workings. Now in this case, it is going to be very, very simple. We need to find out what is the credit which has been given to all the partners. This credit of 135 has gone in this ratio. So that's easy to find out. We need to find out what is the proportion in which they have agreed. By applying these ratios, we can find out how much did they actually agree. And then when we subtract what they should have got and what they have got, we will get who got more, who got less, and that accordingly we can pass the entry. So Virat is entitled to 4/9, 3/9, 2/9. So profit credited was how much? It is 4/9 out of 1,35,000, right? So Virat got credited by 60,000, MSD got credited by 3/9 or 1/3, which is 45,000, and Jadhav got credited by 2/9 or 30,000, right? The firm was debited by 1,35,000. The credit which should be given is 1/3 each, right? So I gave them a credit of this much, but I need to debit them now because the loss which the firm has incurred, this has to be debited equally. Right? So in MSD's case, if you just do the tie-up, it comes to 45,000, 45,000, which means he has got what he was supposed to get, right? But in Virat's case, he was credited with 60,000, but he should have actually been done by 45, which means he has got an excess credit of 15,000. Jadhav, on the other hand, should have got a credit of 45,000, but he's got only 30, which means he should be further credited by 15,000, right? So the entry which is going to be passed is to Jadhav's capital account 15,000, and the debit will be to whom? Virat's capital account, right?